everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing another speed build, this time doing something a little bit smaller and using limited packs. Yes, it's been forever since I've done a build using limited packs and I finally got round to doing one. And I thought with me doing a little bit of a smaller lot, it might be a good time to do those sort of like a limited packs type build. So this one is featuring base game plus cats and dogs only. Now, let me tell you, I have had quite a stress with this little house, but to be honest with you, I didn't stress too much about it. Basically what happens every now and then is when you're building with restricted packs, you can have this nightmare where somewhere in the build there's a glitch and it will say on the gallery that it actually includes more packs than it actually does. So for some reason from the very beginning, when this house was just a shell, it said that it was also using get to work. So when you have a look on the gallery, if you do choose to download this house in particular, fear not, it does not include anything from get to work. Now I have had a good look round this build, but there was one occasion quite a few months ago where this same thing happened, and believe it or not, the glitch was actually a wallpaper that was placed in between two walls. Yes, I bet you didn't think that could be done, but actually I literally spent hours and it really wrecked my day because I got so stressed out with this build and I was determined to find what it was, and it literally was this wallpaper between two walls that I'd placed initially when I started building the build before I decided to make it just base game, and I swear to God I must have gained grey hairs over that build. So this time, as soon as I saw that, I had a look round because there is an option to have a look. It'll say show objects and you can see what objects you've actually used from that particular pack, and it was showing nothing. So I knew that it was just going to play mind games with me and I just wasn't going to fall for it. So I knew that I knew that every single item that I used in this build was just base game and cats and dogs, or dogs and cats, whichever way you want to say it. And I really wasn't going to go through the stress of trying to find out what particular glitch it was that had caused that. So, like I say, if you're interested in this build, then fear not, it is alone, base game, and dogs and cats. So yes, this is the build, which is, to be honest, just a little sweet suburban home. There's really nothing fancy about it. It's quite bog standard. I've seen absolutely loads of these types of builds on the gallery, but they make really, really sweet little homes for, you know, sort of starter families or even just your couple sims that are looking to start a family. You know, it's entirely up to you, but in actual fact, as small as it seemed, it was actually a 4-bed, 2-bathroom build. So it actually turned out to be a lot bigger than I expected, although the downstairs living area, I would say, isn't really massive. You know, it's not a massive house, but it's certainly got absolutely everything that you need. So it was really, really nice actually, and refreshing to work with more restricted packs, because I do think you get a bit spoiled for choice when you've got that many packs to work from. And you know, I'm incredibly lucky to have that collection today, and I've only got that collection just because I've played since launch, but it is really nice and it's a little bit of a challenge to play, you know, with more limited packs. So what I will say though is having the dogs and cats expansion made this very, very easy indeed, because there's just that many items that come with that pack, you know, and they're really, really good sort of versatile items as well. I know sometimes the Sims can be guilty of adding in objects that have like not very good colours, or not very good colours, or just, you know, ugly items. And, you know, this one really had some really gorgeous items in a real good range of colours. So, you know, it was nice. I didn't feel at all restricted actually doing this build. I know with base game builds they can always be a lot tougher, but something else I'm absolutely loving is the downsizing of objects. Now you will see in the last couple of builds and also this one, I am just loving the option to downscale objects. It's brilliant. There are so many objects in this game that are just too big. You know, things like dolls' houses, for instance. They drive me mad. I think they're absolutely beautiful, so cute. But every time I come to build a child's room, I always think, oh, man, this is just too big. But now I can size them down. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving that ability to be able to do that. And that was a free update as well. So that also made this a lot more easier to do. So you'll see me doing that throughout this build as well. Now, in all honesty, like I say before, it's not exactly, there's nothing really different about this build. It's just a really nice little suburban home. Landscaping wise, there's not a great deal going on. At the front, it's kind of like a nice little pathed area sweeping around the side of the house, and it's just got lots of greenery. Obviously, I love my trees, so there's trees everywhere, and we've got these beautiful blossom trees. Those white trees that actually come in 3 colours. I do change up the colours a little bit later on, are absolutely beautiful. And again, you'll see me scaling them down and scaling them up and things like that. So you know, even though we've not had a massive amount of new objects with regards to landscaping, just the ability to be able to scale things down and scale things up makes a big difference, you know, to the way that you can do landscaping. So I'm also enjoying that, really. But yeah, the rear of the house is just quite plain. You know, it's got like an outdoor seating area, as well as obviously a barbecue. I think they're just a standard in most of my builds now. And also there's like a little child's area, like the little monkey bars at the back. And I've also included some planters, which I do tend to put in most of my builds as well. And they're towards the side of the house. I also try to leave kind of a couple of entrances around this house, because I felt like in each direction from the house there was a place to go. So I thought, rather than the sim having to go all the way to the front of the house and out through the front gates, they just had various different sort of entry points so that they could, you know, go and explore a lot quicker. Here you can see me just adding in a few scratch posts. I'm just going around adding all the finer details in. What I do tend to do with landscaping is I just kind of plot roughly where I want things to be. I normally start with my path around the house, and, you know, slowly but surely I start to layer it up. And here I'm just adding in the details and obviously going around adding things to the outside of the house. I think the Sims houses are always really dramatic. You'll find that most builders really overcomplicate the exterior of their houses, and that's simply because A, we can, B, even though it's not realistic, it looks better, and I really enjoy doing it. I love sort of messing around with the exterior of the build, and just, I do try to be different, but there are certain things that I do quite the same. I mean, here I did use all of the windows from the Cats and Dogs expansion, which they are fantastic, because there is literally a sized window for any different sized wall, if that makes sense. I don't think it does, but say you've got a wall that spans sort of 3 spaces, you've got a window that will fit that, and if it's 4 spaces, there's windows that'll fit that. I think I'm making sense, but I'm probably not. But anyway, the windows are brilliant, and there's some really nice styles with them as well. Something I like to do as well when you're, you know, adding in windows into a build is to change it up, add different styles. Don't just pick one set of windows and use them entirely around the build. Just, you know, change the sizes of them, change the styles of them, add different bits and bobs in. I mean, I didn't change the styles as such in this one, because obviously I was doing a more limited packs version, but yeah, that can really add a lot of character to your house as well, I find personally. So yeah, moving on into the interior, it's very blue, this house. There is lots of blue running throughout it. I actually called it Sea Breeze just for the simple fact that it was blue. It's the first thing I thought of when I looked at the house. I was like, nice sea breeze, sort of bluish type coloured house. So this kitchen, I've not actually used these counters in a really long time. I tend to use the new ones from Parenthood a lot, and I know some people don't really like those ones, but I think they come in some really lovely colours, and they tend to be my go-to counter nowadays. But yeah, I use a different shade of blue, and yeah, it was just a little bit different, something a bit different for me. But moving on to the living room, I wasn't really sure what colour scheme I was going with here, and I was like, not sure I'm liking this very much. But again, I think I went for a sort of nice browny, earthy toned sort of bluey colour in the end, and I did really like it. I thought it looked quite smart. But it's, like I say, this cats and dogs pack, or dogs and cats, whatever you want to call it, is brilliant. There are just so many different objects and items in some really nice colours as well. So, you really feel like when you're using the items, you can use them multiple times in different rooms and not feel like they're getting old, if that makes sense. So I did actually download a family for this home, which I'm not even sure you see, to be honest. I can't remember. But it was the Lovelace family. Now, unfortunately, in my haste, I didn't jot down who the creator was of this family, and they created it today, which is the 29th of November. And I did go back on the gallery to try and find them. I searched with the hashtag Lovelace, which was in the family's description, and I just couldn't find it, which was really infuriating. So, maybe you want to try and find them, but they were a really nice little family, and there was basically a mum, a dad, I think there was a little girl, and they had a cat, and the mum was pregnant. So when I came to do the interior and upstairs, I did kind of like a main master bedroom. I did a nursery, which I think you see me do the nursery, but you won't see a screenshot at the end just because it was such a tiny room. But yeah, master bedroom, nursery. I did a girls' room, and I also did like a boy sort of child room. There is a spare room going, and I thought, well, what the heck, it could be a bedroom for the baby when they get a bit bigger. Maybe she's going to have a boy. So I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I am absolutely over the moon because I have indeed smashed the 3,000 subscriber goal. I am subscriber goal. I am over the moon, guys. Like, I can't even tell you how happy I am, what a smile it brings to my face. I know I said in the last video, and I mentioned it over on Twitter as well, but I just want to say thank you so much to absolutely everybody that's supported my channel, from those that have been there from the very beginning to those that have literally just subscribed. I can't thank you enough because it just really means the world to me. This is my little thing in my busy world. I do live a life which is dedicated to my family. I look after my children, and everything that I do is for them. And I love it. I do. I absolutely love it. But The Sims is my little corner, my little bit of adultness. And, like I said last time, to be able to share this with you guys over on YouTube, and for people to actually like what I do, or just be interested, or just want to watch a video, it really means the world to me. I still haven't told a lot of family or a lot of friends that I have a YouTube channel, and I was actually thinking about this today. How do you even start to go about saying, hi, I've got a YouTube channel, by the way? I was thinking, how do I do it? Because I actually came off Facebook a while ago, and I do this sometimes. Sometimes I'm a bit of an antisocial hermit. Sometimes I just don't like the whole load of shit that you see on Facebook these days. And, so I have these little breaks off Facebook, and I've just had this really long stint off Facebook. And literally, I've been doing YouTube, but I started Facebook back up. I reopened it the other day, and obviously, all my friends have been messaging, how are you doing, how's things, where have you been? And I don't know, I just feel a bit weird about saying, oh, I've got a YouTube channel, because I don't want to sound like, at what point do you kind of go, I'm a YouTuber? I don't know, or this is what I do, because this is my hobby, But I kind of like the fact that this is just my thing, and I think to open it up to the people that know me and things like that, I don't ever want to feel like I have to restrict what I say in my videos, because sometimes I might want to have some rants about real life, and I don't want everyone in real life actually, earwigging what I'm saying, because some people might take offence and we don't want that. So yeah, anyway, bottom line is I'm absolutely over the moon, guys. Thank you so much. So moving back to the build, now I've finished being all soppy, I'm actually doing the little girl's room, and I really loved this room. I think the items that come with the dogs and cats pack in particular, I love this little kind of bedroom furniture set, and they come in some really gorgeous colours, and the curtains as well. It's a real good addition to sort of the children's aspect of the game, because it just adds some real nice variety. I do again try and explore with colours that I've not used before. So each of the bedrooms that I'm doing at the minute, I'm trying to pick, I tend to use the theme or base the theme of my bedroom around what colour bedding I have. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I find that it certainly helps to, kind of make the room match a little bit. So I've been trying to use some different coloured beds to bring up some different themed bedrooms, if that makes sense. Now, moving on to the nursery. I'm not a fan of nurseries, to be honest. They need to be done, and there's some amazing nurseries out there, but I'm just not very good at them, and I don't know why. I think if I actually sat down and was like, right, I'm going to build specifically a nursery and that's it, like a room build, I could probably come up with something pretty good. But every time I come to do a nursery, I just feel a bit stumped, and I don't know if it's because there's not that many items for babies as such, but this is kind of like a nursery stroke toddler's room. So I kind of made it a room where the baby's going to transition, to being a toddler. And then again, I did actually make that quite a neutral room as well. It could be for a girl or a boy. But this is indeed the last bedroom. And again, I'm using the same furniture set, but in a completely different pattern and colour scheme. And I really liked it. And those rugs. Them rugs go with absolutely everything, I swear. I think there's only like 4 colour matches or 4 colour swatches for that rug, I might be wrong, but they just seem to go with everything, which reminds me of a scarf that I bought years and years and years ago. It's a tatty old mess now, but it's kind of like a multicoloured scarf, and the reason why I kept it and wore it as much as I did was because it was versatile and that it went with absolutely everything, and I think I've still got it, although it's looking like really, really rough now. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this build, please feel free to give me a like and subscribe if you're brand new, and you can stay up to date with all my most recent builds. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.